Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Ink Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for some unhinged chaos. In today's unhinged chaos is my month in review, so this is going to be for the month of June. I do have to say, I'm going to put like a pre-caveat, whatever disclaimer. I am super happy. I actually have a couple finishes this month, and it's much more productive than last month. So yay, super exciting, but I also have a ton of whips. I don't even know if I have less or more whips than what I had last month. We will see when we fill out my logbook at the end of this. I also today am actually going to show all of my crafty whips because I do have a couple whips for like cross stitch and pixels that I have not shown. So we're going to do a quick glance at those. I'm not going to go into depth on those, but I figure if we're doing the chaos, we need to do all of the chaos. So we're going to take a look at this. So first up, I'm going to do my non-diamond painting finishes really quickly. So this is for cross stitch. I have let me come over to my June. So my June stats, I believe, I have one more I need to put in here that I did not write down. But I kind of started with roughly 6-ish whips. Technically it's 7. There were none of them that I decided to DNF. I did not start any new whips for cross stitch in the month of June. And I did finish one cross stitch, so I ended with 5. Really, that's 6 because there's one on here that I did not do. So I have this cute little one. This is called Frogging Around. It's a little pattern that which was like a little kit that came in a Caterpillar cross stitch box. So you can see it's very small, very cute, very compact, and it was adorable. It was kind of fun and relaxing to do something that had that symmetry around the edge. This one, 13 by 13 centimeters, 8 colors. I started it on the 24th of May, finished it on the 25th of June. Took me 7 hours and 35 minutes, so a lot of time for something that's that little. The symmetry was super nice, so I enjoyed that. That's the only one of these non-diamond painting projects that we're going to look at stats on, but that is this little one right here. That was my only finish for the month of June, and it was my 6th cross-stitch finish for the year and my 14th finish of all time, because I like those numbers. All right, so there's that. Now let's move on. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move on. I do have 2 pixel finishes, well, 1 pixel, 1 vexel finish this month. The first one is this one right here, which is part of the Landscapes collection. This is the 3rd and final one. This is Mount Fuji, basically, is what you're seeing right there, is Fuji, and I love the pinks of this one. So I finished this cute one, and I have to say, like, my placement looks so much better getting the precision tweezers. Like, yes, I still am not the best placer, but this is significantly better than what it was. So that was another finish. I also finished this Vexels, and this one, like literally everything that you're seeing except for that black, everything except for those little black portions is a sticker. So this one I think was probably the most time intensive Vexels that I have done. But you can see it kind of like builds up, looks fantastic. So I finished that Vexels, this Pixels right through there. So now we're going to go ahead and break into diamond painting realm because that's what everyone wants to know. So we're going to take a look at the finishes that I have. So first up, this one right here, this was a new to me small shop. I was working on my stash videos, looking at the hoard, and I decided, I pulled this one out and I was like, this is just so cute. And rather than putting it in the tub, it somehow went from, you know, being taken out of the box and was supposed to just be placed in the tub with all my small canvases, and somehow made its way onto my desk, and I worked on it because I needed something to finish because I had not finished anything in forever. So this right here, this is called Kawaii Ramen. It's from the artist is Cross Stitch Time. This comes to us from the Diamond Art Gallery. It's a 25 by 21.6 centimeter square drill canvas. It has 12 colors. It came with 1 AB, which is our little orange one right here, and, well, 2 ABs, the orange one right there, and then we have this reddish toned one right there, and which is also that same tone that we see right there, and then 1 fairy dust. So the dust is all of this white that we see, all of that is this dust drill. I started this one on the 15th of June, finished it on the 15th of June, and it took me 2 hours and 44 minutes for this one. So my thoughts on this, it was super fun to do. It was great quality. The grid was great. I am not a very good placer, and I just slap even the drills that aren't in the best condition, I slap them on, which causes some spacing issues. But if I were to have actually placed this well, you can see this grid actually looks really good. Like those issues like that, that's a me placing issue and using like random, not caring whether it's a trash drill or not, because the actual overall placement was actually really, like, I was happy with this. I was really pleased with it. So that is this cutie, and the information is written right here. It's just very subtle, and I like that my washi tape covers it so I can have this accent for the border. So this one was my first finish for the month of June, my 20th finish for the year, which is I'm way behind what I normally would do at this point in time, and my 197th finish of all time. So that is Kawaii Ramen. Super cute. Next up, we have this little cutie patootie. This right here is called Little Enchanted Princess, and the artist for this is Jadekins from Jaded Gem Shop. This does come to us from Jaded Gem Shop. So Jade had sent me and some others. Oh, good grief, Sushi. You're funny. So Jade had sent myself and some others basically this image as like a sample from her new manufacturer for us to kind of to work on, give her feedback, let us know our thoughts, and to be like super nitpicky to let her know our thoughts and any issues or any concerns or anything like that we may have from the new manufacturer. So I worked on it, and if you want to see a very in-depth post review, I did a very in-depth unboxing and post review with it done, so you can check that out from earlier this month. This is a 22 by 22 centimeter round drill canvas. She sent me rounds because she knows I love my rounds. This one had 31 colors, which the legend is super small right there. No ABs, but it does have 10 fairy dust, 3 crystals, and 3 metallics in this. So definitely lots of specials in this canvas. And a thing that made me probably the happiest is it came in baggies, so I did not have to do all of those tiny little multiple packs for one color like you would normally have for a Jaded Gem Shop canvas. So that was super awesome. And like, look at that, it's so cute. Like, the image is adorable, she's adorable, but this placement, like the grid on this was literally sheer perfection. And that was something that I had such an amazing time. Like, look at how amazing my placement looks. And I'm a slap and go placer, and this looks spectacular, and it literally is because the grid is awesome. So I started this one on the 17th of June, finished it on the 17th of June, and it took me 2 hours and 30 minutes. And my thoughts on it, I wrote, the grid was fantastic, and I even underlined it. The drills were great. I did have minor trash, a couple drills that had some black spots on them, and a couple drills that had some holes, but really not much. The glue was a little bit slippery, but it was like the slippery of a fresh poured glue that had not had time to sit and cure, where if I had like left the canvas out overnight and then worked on it, it would have been completely fine. But I worked on it immediately. But as you look, like, it's everything, the glue has cured very well right now. I'm not seeing any issues. There were a couple symbols that were similar, but that was something that Jade already was aware. She didn't go through and like proof her symbols before she sent it out. So overall, the quality itself was absolutely fantastic. It was great. It was something that was like, this was a lovely experience. I really enjoyed working on this one. And the drills were in those baggies, which is great. This one right here is my second finish for the month of June, my 21st finish for the year, and my 198th finish of all time. And let me tell you, I was so pleased with this. I thought it was an absolutely amazing experience. And even where I didn't place the greatest, it's like, it looks so good. Very, very impressed with this new manufacturer, and I'm really excited to see more canvases and more kits coming out with the new manufacturer. But that was the second finish of the month. And for me, if it's a greater than a 20 by 20 centimeter canvas, then it is counted as a full size canvas. So those were 2 tiny little snackies, but they're considered full size canvases. But I needed the win of the finish. Next up, we have this right here. This was one of my 26 for 26. This is called It Mine, It Shine, and it's from the artist Cute But Weird. And this is a Muni Made canvas, and this is actually a 2023 Muni Made canvas, I think from like summer of 2023. It's a 60 by 45 centimeter round drill canvas, and it has 47 colors, which included 8 crystals. So lots of crystals on this. I started this one on the 18th of April, and I finished it on the 23rd of June. My whip wheel was really enjoying spinning this one. It took me, let's see, is that a 10? Yeah, or is that a 16? I can't tell. I think that's a 10. 10 hours and 29 minutes, or 16 hours. Probably 10, because this one was a quick one. Yeah, this was very quick. So 10 hours and 29 minutes to do this canvas. My thoughts, this one, with it being such an early Muni Made, a lot of the drills I can get were most definitely acrylic rounds. Some of them were resin, but a lot of them were acrylic. I could tell by the little bubbles on the bottom. The round drill field on this, because this is an older Muni Made, she's since tightened the grid, made a ton of improvements, and she doesn't even have the same manufacturer anymore. But The round drill field on this was a little bit looser, so it made it very hard to multi-place. The symbols were super easy to read. I had no issues with the symbols. My one thing I wanted ABs. I love my ABs. I love ABs. So the fact that it didn't have any ABs kind of made me sad. It looks super fantastic. I really do like it. I like how many crystals we have. Like, we're in this crystal cave, and the crystals in the crystal cave are made out of crystals as well, which I thought was spectacular. But I could have done with some accents of some ABs in here. I did add some quad cubes and some opal pearl glow glass sparklers as well. I apparently forgot to do that on those drills there. But basically, you can see all of these spots down here that are like the chunky ones. I added these quad cubes, and I just picked whatever color was closest to what was originally in there. So I just pulled out my tray of quad cubes and placed. So you can see I've got some blue, some pink, some purple, some light pink. And then up here, this is where we're going to see that this is actually a sparkler for square that I used, this opal pearl glow glass sparklers for squares. So they're a little bit smaller than a regular round. But they still covered the symbol. But I did that because that's what I pulled out, and I'm like, I'm not going to hunt for a round version. I'm just going to use those. And realistically, I think anymore, I'm going to purchase any of those drills that come in round, like the pearls for squares, sparklers for squares, any of those that come in rounds like that. I'm only going to buy them for squares now, because then I can use them for both squares and rounds, which is spectacular. But anyways, this one was my third finish for the month of June. It was my 22nd finish for the year, my 199th finish of all time. And this one was purely chosen by the whip wheel for this as a finish. The whip wheel just really liked pulling this one. And also I added another category down here at the bottom, 26 for 26. This is the fourth finish that I did for my 26 for 26 canvases, which are all kit up. And this one was the fourth one that I have finished. So that one is It Mine, It Shine. And after finishing that, I did have to digress from my whip wheel in order to do my next finish. And that's because I wanted my 200th finish to be Fushimi Inari. So I did have to take a kind of like a hiatus from the whip wheel long enough to do the next canvas, which I'm going to show you guys. And it makes me so happy to say it is done. Oh my gosh. So this way you guys can see her in all of her glory. This is Fushimi Inari, and it looks absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. It looks so good. Here it is from the top. Like, this was some legit Unreal confetti up in this top part of this canvas, with the line blocking of our Torii gates. It was spectacular. Like, look at all of those different drills. So this is Fushimi Inari. Stunning, absolutely stunning. So many gorgeous specials in here. I used the DP with Sparklers enhancement suggestions, and then I added my own. I did make one tweak to the DP with Sparklers enhancement suggestion, and I'll go over that in a minute. This is Fushimi Inari from the artist Yume, my favorite artist. This is from Diamond Art Club. It is a 55.6 by 83.7 round drill canvas, and it has 50 colors. It came with 2 ABs and 4 fairy dust. I started it on the 6th of May, and I finished it on the 28th of June. And it took me 24 hours and 55 minutes to complete this one, so a little bit longer to do it. My thoughts, not a confetti fan for the bottom. Like, this was a lot of like confetti-esque down in here. A lot of confetti super far up into the top. What my comments were, I was not a crystal fan. So the DP with Sparklers enhancement suggestions are these ones right here. I did make a couple swaps with color because I just worked with what I had in my hoard without having to buy more specials. So like, they didn't call for this particular crystal, but that's what I had. It didn't call for certain things, but that's what I had. I didn't want to have to buy new stuff. So this was the DP with Sparkler suggestions, and they were basically a 1-for-1 swap for the entire canvas. And then this was my own enhancements. I added some extra ones into the sky, some ones into the Torii gates, and then the ground were some similar but slightly different. Like, I used an AB up in here, whereas down in here I used a dust of that same color to kind of mix it up a little bit, just because I liked that kind of like that foil and that counterpoint for some of it. But this right here, I love how it turned out. I did find, so this one particular color had a dark crystal, this dark blue crystal that we're seeing right here in our cat. You can see there's the dark blue crystal right there. Crystals, you have to catch the light just right to see. but in her kimono has that dark blue crystal. The cat has it on part of it. It's kind of like a highlight. And then there's some of that dark blue crystal up into the sky. So we see that dark blue crystal right in here, and then also right up through here, kind of making a swath like this. It was also charted to, with the DP with the Sparklers enhancement suggestions, also called for using that dark blue crystal was supposed to be all of this and all of this right down through here. So as I was working on it, I had them down for here and about halfway through here, and then I ran out of the crystal. And as I turned off the light and stepped back and looked at it, I was like, I don't like that. I really did not like how the crystals looked right through here. It just provided this weird, odd heaviness that I thought was detracting to the look of the canvas. So I ended up pulling the crystals up and placing the originally charted drill down for just this section right here, which actually worked because then I had enough of the crystals to finish her kimono. And then also for up here in the sky, because the crystals had that, for all of these crystals here and here, and then there's a little bunch of them up higher. But because the crystals were, I had to pull them off of my canvas, they had the sticky backs, which means in order to place them in this area here, it was like literally legit single placing every single one of those drills to make use of them, because I used every single one of them that I had. And I kind of interspersed a little bit of a glitter color in here that wasn't actually one of the ones that was originally charted, but I actually like how it looks because it's not quite so heavy and solid for the sky. But this one right here, super happy with how it turned out. I'm really pleased with the changes that I made. It has a lot of, like, it has some crystals, sparklers, ABs, glitter, metallics, more sparkler, crystal, pearls for squares, fairy dust, and then I also have, yeah, so that's really a whole variety of different types of specials in here. And it turned out beautifully. I really love how it looks. I'm very happy with this as my 200th finish of all time. It was very impactful. This is, you've probably heard me talk about this before if you've watched my channel before, but Fushimi Inari, the Fushimi Inari shrine in Kyoto, outside of the Kyoto area, is such a, like, oh my goodness, it's, if you've ever been to somewhere where it just like steals your breath away and it's like you feel the place in your soul, that's kind of how it felt when I was actually at this location in Kyoto. It's an incredible experience. It makes it deceptive because you think you've just got sky around you, but it's actually like on this mountain, and you're walking through the woods with the torii gates and everything on this mountain. But it was a very, very, like, I thought that was such an incredible experience being there. And I was there, you know, like over 10 years ago. It was actually 11 years ago when I was there when I lived in Japan. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but apparently it has. But it was very impactful, so that's why I wanted this to be my 200th finish. But that is Fushimi Inari. It was my 4th finish for the month of June, my 23rd finish for the year, my 200th finish of all time, and my 5th finish for the 26 for 26 challenge, which I have completed the challenge, which was to have drills down on 26 canvases. I finished that, and now I'm doing the second half of what I'm considering the second half of it, which is where I actually finish all 26 of those canvases that I kit up. So that's where we end with my finishes. So now we can look at my whips. So we're going to look at all of my different whips, and then we're going to roll into the chaos of these diamond paintings sitting right down here. So first up, I'm working on this cross stitch along. This is called the Snail's Hollow stitch along. I'm working right in this area. I have like a little skull that I have to do right there. This comes to us from Stitch Crypt, and this is like, I think, the 9th section for it. So it's coming along nicely. I do have 2 pixel projects that I'm working on right now. I have this one as a sticker sheet that I've started, which my placement is looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that placement. And then I have this canvas, which my placement is absolutely atrocious, because this is when I was first trying to get the feel for, you know, bigger one. Like, that is some really atrocious placement when we look at it. But I'm slowly plugging away at this one and making progress on it. It is, I think, my biggest full-fledged pixel, but it's coming along really, really well. I'm pleased with the progress on it so far. I can't wait to get to the little cat right here. He's going to be cute to do the little cat right there. But those are my 2 pixel whips that I have going. And then we have some more cross-stitch whips. So this is one of them, like I said. And then I also have this one, which I have not worked on in a hot minute, but I figured I'd show you guys. I am doing what's called a long dog, which is basically where you just do one color for the entire thing. And I went with this really pretty, like, hand-dyed variegated color, so that way the color would change as you go. And I think I'm going to switch up how I'm working on it, because I kind of got I don't know. I wasn't in the mood to work on it. So I have not touched this one in a little bit, but I have it ready to go. So if I want to work on it, I'm good to go to do so. So that's another one that I've got going. I also have my first ever stamped cross stitch that I'm working on, which I got from Painting Fairy cross stitch. And you can see here, it's an image from The Untamed, which is a Chinese drama series. And this is the progress that that's where my kunashi is. Okay. This is the progress that I have on it. It's literally just this little bit of the corner, like right here, and then a little bit up in here. It's my first time working on a stamped cross stitch, which is nice because I don't have to have the actual like pattern right in front of me. I do still have the pattern pulled out. If I need it, I can refer to it. And I have the legend right here for the colors, so I can easily kind of compare if I have this, like you can see spots that I have that done. So I'm working on this one. I haven't worked on this one in a little bit, and I don't even have this one in my logbook as a whip, so I need to put that one in my logbook so I can actually have an up-to-date cross-stitch logbook for that one. We're getting close to being done with my cross-stitch whips. I'm apparently a 20 million whipper when it comes to cross-stitch. This is my other stitch-along that I'm doing. This is the Cozy Cottage stitch-along, and this comes to us from Needle-Lot Designs. I'm really enjoying this one. There's this really cute bunny, and the scene that we're seeing, and then right here is going to be this like chicken. Is the next step that just released. I have to work on. But that is that one. And then I have a couple little ones in here that I'm doing. This one is going to be a galaxy. I have very little actually down on that canvas. But that one's going to be a galaxy. I started that one when I was in Vegas. And then my other one that I have in here are these little butterflies that are going to be beaded ones. I'm making really good progress on this butterfly right here. This one, not nearly as much progress, but you can see I'm making progress on those ones. These ones, for some reason, are taking me a very long time to do, but there's those two. And then I have technically one other one that I've been working on for ages. Bev convinced me to buy one of these, and I'm like, okay, I am not doing this is what the half stitching or whatever it's called. I am not having a good time enjoying this style of working, but I've been plugging away. I've got the greens done, most of these purples. I have a little section right there, and then I can start into the background and kind of like make more progress on this. But those are all of my other whips. So now we are going, hi Susu. Really, baby cat, do you want to show off? Do you want to show your cuteness? Hi, pretty girl. Mochi's laying in your hammock. Do you want to show yourself? Hey, Susu. We have a cat break. Cat break. Can we see your pretty face, Sushi Monster? Hi, baby. Oh, can we see that face? Hi, Sweet Pea. This is our Sushi Monster. My Chaos Gremlin. Hi, baby. She needed attention. She's my little Klingon. Hi, babes. Okay, I'm done. You're just going to chill? Okay, so now we're going to go into the actual diamond painting whips. And I think I've got 22 or 23, I think, down here, potentially. I'm not sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. But we're going to go through them. The first one that we have, this right here, is called Song of the Moon. When Sushi decides to move, I'll pull up the top corner for you guys to see how much of this section is done. I've done a few sections on Song of the Moon. For all of these, they're going to be in varying states of completion, and that's because I am 100% using a whip wheel to spin which whip I work on. So I spin the wheel and it tells me, hey, you're going to do a section on this canvas. I do a section on that canvas, spin it, and it goes to tells me what my next section is going to be. So that's what I'm doing. I'm still doing my style of sections a little bit smaller than I normally would. My goal is to have each section where I can finish it in roughly around 2-ish hours or so. So this one, I think this one is technically, I've done 3 sections over here because they're so tall, and they do take a little bit longer, but this is turning out fantastic. It looks really pretty. This is Song of the Moon. It's discontinued canvas from Diamond Art Club. The artist is Miss Holly. This is the biggest one that I am working on for the 26 for 26. It is a 99 centimeter by 70 centimeter square drills, and it does have 52 colors. Of those 52 colors, we have 3 fairy dust and 3 AB drills, or Aurora Borealis. Do not chew on the plastic, turd. No. Stop that. Thank you, Brat. So this is the one that we're making progress on. I do have to say the drill field is a little bit gappy on here in certain areas, but I will take gappy over being super, super tight where I can't place it well. You can't even see like the bottom of this because Sushi's helping us out. But look at this is what I have done. Like, look how cute those little bunnies are. I love that. I had almost destashed this kit multiple times just because of the size point. I was really intimidated by the size, but I couldn't because I loved the image so much. And it does have a lot of color blocking in this area here, which kind of helps with like some of the confetti in some of these other areas. So I'm really actually having fun with it. I just don't like how tall the canvas is because of how I work on my easel. It's hard to reach this upper section. Like 65, like if 65 centimeter canvas is probably the largest I enjoy going when it comes to them in this size point for that. But we've still got quite a bit of this canvas to go. As you can see, we have only made a little bit of progress. I need to move this. Can you move your carcass, baby cat? Hey, can we sashay somewhere else? That's not, come on, sashay somewhere else. Move. Get off of the canvas, turd. All right, thank you. All right, so we're gonna take a better look at the entirety of it. So there is the section that I have done on it, which is probably a sixth of the canvas that we have done so far. So not quite a full third or anything like that. It's kind of like if you divided this into 6 sections, we've got about a sixth of it to get done. So we still got a lot more work to do on this one. I'm gonna pop this one on the floor out of the way. That's the biggest one. So now we're going to go into some smaller canvases, and I literally just threw these on my desk. They are not in any semblance of an order. So this one is actually not one of them that I'm doing for my 26 for 26. This is one that I was sent a couple canvases from Letty Stitch, from their new line of canvases, Dazzle Dots. This is an older version one. So they sent me this one because I picked it, and then they also sent me this one, which is a much nicer, upgraded quality. And whenever I do a new to me small shop and I do an unboxing of that new to me small shop, I like to do a section to show you guys what it looks like with drills down. And then once I work on some of my 26 for 26, I will finish out these ones. But this right here is called Water Lily. I think they have the artist for this one down is Luna Art, which is the same as this artist. This is our Water Lily. It does have 52 colors and it includes 2 ABs. This one is rounds, and you can see it is a 40 by 50 centimeter round drill canvas. There's definitely some like confetti in there, but it's not horrendous confetti. It's like the necessary amount. And you can see the placement, the grid on this is really not bad. It's looking pretty good. I'm really pleased with the progress on it and how it's turning out right through there. But that's our first tiny baby section that I did on this one. It literally is little of a section as you can get. This is not one of my 26 for 26, but it is one of my whips. So we're going to set that one off to the side. Next up, we have the other Letty Stitch canvas that I have, which this one is called Beach Day Bliss. It's from the same artist, Luna Arts, also from Letty Stitch. Their Dazzle Dots is what they call their line. This one does have 70 colors, which includes 3 ABs and 3 dust drills. This is a 50 by 40 centimeter square drill canvas, and I have got to say I'm very much impressed with the quality of their squares. It looks really good, and this was a way for you to see a ton of colors because this was very high color count in this little section right here. I was basically just working out of the baggies for this, so I didn't even kit it up, so that made it even more challenging because I had to look at the legend and figure out what symbol I was going to be doing because I did not even bother putting the sticker sheets or any of the stickers onto the baggies. I just pulled the baggies and worked on it. But look at how beautiful that is. Like, I'm really pleased with how it looks. You can see we've got some dust, we've got some AB, all of that. I do have a video up that shows the unboxing and the progress on both of these kits. This one is also not one of my 26 for 26 canvases. So it's kind of like a little extra oomph one. I actually should be working on this canvas right now and not filming, but I wasn't in the mood to work on my canvas. This is what my whip wheel spun. So this one, once I finish showing it off, is actually going to go sit on my easel because this will be the next one that I work on. I have to do a section on this one. This is an Oraloa. This is called Memoire des Ancestres. It is from the artist Maud Lemoyne. I do love her. She's gorgeous. She has some gorgeous artwork. I think I have 4 canvases from her, and I have 2 of them right now as active whips. So this is a 48 by 75 centimeter round drill canvas from Oraloa, and it has 55 colors. And in that, we've got 5 ABs in it. And this one is like, it's turning out really pretty. I'm really enjoying it. This one is definitely cleaned up a little bit more with much less confetti in this one than in the other one from Oraloa that we're going to look at right there. So it's much more cleaned up, much cleaner render. So that one I'm actually enjoying working on it a little bit more. I do really like the AB placement on it, and I think it looks excellent as far as the overall placement. I've only spun this one a couple times. I want to say that I've done 3 sections on it. Have I done 3 or just 2? Whip Wheel has not spun this one very often. I can't remember if I did this as 2 sections or 3 sections, but I was doing some small ones because I was worried about how much confetti it would be. But that right there is Memoire de Ancestres. It's coming along nicely. The rest of these whips are all going to be my 26 for 26. So this one is going over on the easel, so I can work on that. If I feel like working on it when I finish filming this, then I can work on it. If not, I will be working on this one tomorrow. So I might technically have made a little bit more progress because this is Monday night that I'm filming this instead of filming it on Tuesday. Next up, we have another Oraloa. This is another Maud Lemoyne. This one right here is called Kitsune Legende Japonaise. I do not do French, so I apologize for slaughtering it. But basically, it's our Kitsune, the Kitsune legend, Japan's Kitsune legend. This is from the same artist, Maud Lemoyne, and it's from Oraloa. This one is squares. It is a 46 by 70 square drill canvas. So the other one was 48 by 75, and it was in rounds. This is a 46 by 70. It's in squares. I really don't mind that size point. It's really not bad to work on. This one is much, much, much heavier on the confetti than the other one. So much more of a hybrid charting for this one. It is not cleaned up at all like the other one. I have some random drills I need to pop down. My whip wheel has really enjoyed spinning this one. It has spun it quite a few times because my sections I'm doing on this are literally only that wide. So I want to say I've already done like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's spun this one like 5 or 6 times that I've already worked on this one. So it's really enjoying spinning this one. This one right here, we're looking at 50 colors, and she's got 4 ABs on that one there. I do really like how it's looking. It looks beautiful. The spacing and the drill field on it is not bad at all. It's just very, very confetti heavy. And when I say confetti heavy, I'm going to bring it up so you guys can see, like, just looking at her necklace along her forehead, just looking at all of these colors, that is some crazy, crazy confetti. Like, more so than most, hybrid charting canvases is what we're going to have confetti-wise on this one. I'm enjoying the section that I'm on right now because we're actually making some progress with a tiny patch of color blocking in her skin. And then this is going to be miserable when I get into right here. That's going to be miserable to work on the flowers, the very much confetti in that aspect. But that one is another one of my whips for the 26 for 26. I did pull out the majority of my 26 for 26 whips are actually old canvases. So they're ones that I've had for a hot minute. They're actually dual heading for my Refresh My Stash challenge in addition to the 26 for 26. So if you want to know who's responsible for those challenges, the Refresh Your Stash is Lisette over who is an absolute sweetheart over at Lisette Crafts. And as we look at this one, and then our 26 for 26 is Nicole over at Shire Shenanigans. So this right here is one of the only ones from Lazy River Crafts that I've got 3 Lazy River whips in here. I had, I think, 5 or 6 Lazy River canvases to pull, and I ended up destashing like a couple of them because I just was not a fan. This one I'm actually enjoying. I'm not minding this one. This is called Jellyfish. Lazy River Crafts is no longer in business. This is from the artist Victoria Rivero, and she has some beautiful artwork, absolutely gorgeous artwork. This one does have 41 colors. It is round drills, and it's a 50 by 65 centimeter, and it does come with 3 ABs on this canvas here. It's very much confetti, but at the same time, we actually do have good color blocking in the background, which a lot of times in these canvases from Lazy River, because they're very much the computer render, you don't end up with the color blocking in the background. You end up with like a checkerboarding background. One of the ones that I decided to not finish and ended up kitting down and giving away and getting rid of and getting it out of my house and out of my hoard was literally a checkerboardy background. I did like a section and I was like, no, I can't do this. It was darker colors and it was just, I just was not having a good time with it. So I said, nope, kitted it down, and even though it was a really, really pretty one, there's a couple of them that I was like, yeah, nope, we're just getting rid of it. But that's Jellyfish from Victoria Rivero. I'm really enjoying it. The drill field is kind of meh. You can see my placement is not the best. On it. You can see a lot of the gappiness because this is a pure white background. Also, these are most definitely 100% acrylic rounds. And they're not even like I don't mind acrylic rounds, but these are like the really smooth, not very faceted acrylic rounds, which I don't think show very much of they don't show a good sparkle or shine. So those are kind of like what I consider the Amazon quality acrylic rounds on this canvas. But this is an old Lazy River canvas, and they're also no longer in business. But that's another one from our 26 for 26. This one, I have literally one section left to go, so I almost have a finish right here. The whip wheel has really been enjoying this canvas. This is Genesis 2, and this is from the artist Jessie over at Diamond Art Club. It is a 60.7 by 42.8 centimeter square drill canvas, and it has 3 dust drills and 2 ABs in this one here. The whip wheel is really enjoying it. I am also really enjoying working on this one. It's like my happy place where you have all of this gorgeous color blocking that I get to do around the border, and then you get the accent of this right in here. And I just have this one little section of her foot to go. I just have her heel to go, and it will be done. And this one, so I can guarantee you that this one will be completed for our next video. You guys will get to see this beauty right here completed. I really am looking forward to kind of like finishing some of these whips, because I'm like, I don't mind having multiple whips, but I don't know how I feel about having 26 whips. I kind of want to be down. I think maybe if I had like 5 to 8 whips, I think I'll be happier with that potentially. We'll see how it goes as I complete these kits from the challenge. But that is Genesis 2. She's gorgeous. I do really love that one. It's just the colors are gorgeous and dreamy. Next up, we have this one from Bella Art Diamonds. This is called Harajuku. It's from the artist Tony Kailao. And it is a 60 by 60 centimeter round drill canvas, and it has 60 colors. And I really do not like the upside down legend. It bothers me because normally I cover half of it here, but I can still see the colors on that side, but I can't on this one. So I have to like pull the washi tape back or whatnot to look through. This one has 4 ABs in it. So there's 60 colors, which includes 4 ABs. The whip wheel hasn't spun this one in a hot minute. I've done, I think, 3 sections on it. So we're a quarter of the way done with this canvas. It's a little on the larger side. I also have found that I'm not a fan of like 60 by 60s when it comes to square canvases. I prefer smaller size, which we know that I prefer smaller, but that's where we're at for this one right here. Slowly making progress on it. It's turning out great. She's really pretty. The drills are definitely, this is kind of the round drill that I like to see, where you can see how much sparkle we have on this. So those are some really pretty round drills that we have on this kit right there. But that's another one for my 26 for 26. I might wait and, finish it, because this right here is basically going to be Luna from Sailor Moon. That's going to be that cat. So this canvas would totally work for Sailor Summer. Or also from my Fan Art Fest. That would also work for both of those events, and it would work for Claws and Paws, all 3 events of which are going to be held in the month of August. So if you're not tracking, I am doing a co-hosting what's going to be called the Fan Art Fest with C over at Sea of Diamonds, which basically is going to be any fan art of like movie, show, book, game, anime, manga, whatever it may be. You can do it as long as it's fan art. So we want to kind of pay homage to all of us fan art lovers. Next up, this is my longest standing whip. I've been savoring it, and it has been good that the whip wheel has been actually spinning it a couple times. I think the whip wheel has spun it, I think, 3 or 4 times so far. But this right here is called Mountain Temple. This is my Diamond Art Club Treasure Quest custom redemption that I did. It's actually a painting that my mom did. So this is one of my mom's artworks. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous image. I do really love this. I actually have the original painting from her as well. This one is a 49.5 by 83.6 centimeter round drill canvas. So I did get it in rounds. It has 67 colors, and included in that we have 3 ABs, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dust drills in there. I am loving how this turns out, and I am not going to be mad at all if it continues to go slowly for finishing out the rest of it. But we're over halfway done with this one now. So that is Mountain Temple. Oh, I just love this one. It's stunning. My mom is the artist. She's amazing. But love that one. All right. Next up, we have this one right here. This is another Diamond Art Club, and it's a discontinued Diamond Art Club. This is called Feline Familiars. It's from the artist Chrisabug. This one is a 51 by 51 centimeter round drill canvas 50 colors, which does include 4 AB drills. And this is old enough that you can see it has the really weird, funky, big circles for it, which I'm not a fan of. It throws my eyes off. So I'm glad that it hasn't spun this one really. I think it spun it like twice. I've gotten 2 spins off of this one to do that section. So it's been going very, like, it hasn't spun it in a hot minute. I'm like, oh, I forgot I even had this whip in here because it's been spinning like the same 5 canvases over and over and over again. But that is Feline Familiars, and I do plan on doing a comparison. Once I complete this one, I'm going to do a post-review comparison of this one and the Jaded Gem Shop version so you can see them side by side. There's parts of this one that I'm liking better, but there's also parts of the Jaded Gem Shop one that I'm liking better. Like, I love the background on the Jaded Gem Shop one. I'm not a fan of the background tones on this one. I think they're a little too brown shaded for what they should have been. But overall, I'll go over my preferences and all of that next time when I finish this canvas. I'm really intrigued to see how the month of July shapes up and what canvases and what kits I make significant progress on for the month of July. This right here is another Lazy River Crafts canvas. This one's actually, I bought it in 2023, but it was from, 2022. This is from the artist Tabitha Lozano. It's called Saved by the Turtle. And it doesn't say how many colors, it's like 32 colors or something like that. No specials. And you can see this one is a 50 by 65 centimeter. I think it's a 50 by 65. Yeah, 50 by 65 centimeter round drills. I'm actually cleaning up the render as I go. So I'm removing all of the confetti 100% out of this image because it's very much a color blocky image. Yet it's kind of one of those things where you can tell, like with all of the confetti around the edges that we see right through there. So I'm cleaning up all of that confetti as I go. For it, but this one hasn't been rolled in a hot minute. I've done 2 sections on this one. I'm doing them as larger sections because it's literally pure color blocking, and it does not take me much time at all to do this canvas. But that is Saved by the Turtle right there. Lazy River Crafts. Next up, another Lazy River Crafts canvas. This one I'm actually halfway done with. This is called Saved by the Flamingo, same artist, Tabitha Lozano. This one also is like 30 or 32 colors. I don't remember off the top of my head, and it's not listed. There are no specials in it. I am also re-rendering this one as I go and removing all of the confetti. So we'll see how I go if I end up having enough of the colors that I need to finish it out without the confetti, but I am re-rendering it to get rid of all of that confetti. So if you look at like the back of the flamingo, you can see how there's all of these different, I know I just smashed into my camera. See how there's all of that confetti in different coloration for it, and I'm cleaning all of that up. We are officially halfway done with this one. It's the same size as the last one, a 50 by 65 centimeter round drills. So we're halfway done. So next time it gets spun, I'll start being on the home stretch because I'll get right over here and I'll do a section right here. So that one's coming along nicely. We're making good progress on that. So yes. And it is around as well. Next up, we have this one, which I am having such a good time working on this. We've made a little bit more progress on it. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. So this is from Preston Place, which is a new to me small shop. This is one of the first canvases that I've worked on from them. I do actually need to washi the border because I'm getting like cat hair and fuzz in it with the way on that side, the glue doesn't spread over on the bottom much, but it does up in here. But this is called Merry-Go-Round from the artist Yulang, and it is a 70 by 40 centimeter square drill canvas. This is the hybrid charted version. I've kind of come to the conclusion that I need to just wait until, because she's in the process of hand rendering so many of her kits, and I unboxed a hand rendered kit from the same artist, Yuling, which you guys will see in Friday's video, and I am loving the look of the hand-rendered ones. I really don't mind the render on these ones as hybrid renderings. They're really not bad. It's significantly less chaos less confetti, which is chaos, but there's significantly less confetti in her hybrid charted kits than in most other hybrid charted kits that I've worked on from other companies. So it's really not been a bad experience. I've really been enjoying it, and I'll totally buy them in the hybrid charting. But if she's going to keep releasing all the canvases that I buy, like a month later I buy it, and then a month later she releases it in hand charting, so I'm just going to wait and buy them all in hand charting as she hand charts them. But I am loving it. Like, look at how gorgeous this is. This is Merry-Go-Round, and it has the 12 zodiac animals on it, which I think is just perfection. So we're making progress on our dragon right here. We have our little sheep, we have our bunny, our little bun, and then we have portion of our little snake's belly right there. We're making progress on our zodiac animals, and I'm almost a quarter of the way done. I think we just need like a tiny skinny section to say that we're officially a quarter of the way done with this one. But I'm really having so much fun with it. The grid is spectacular. I don't remember how many colors this one has. It fits in one Elizabeth Ward tray. Because I got the pretty border, which I really like the pretty borders. Since I got the pretty border, I'm not worried about like the color count and all that, because that's going to be on the drills. But look at that like spacing on it. It's spectacular. And I'm not a good placer. I just slap and go. And you can see how even all of these whites, the placement, it looks like there's like putty on it. But the placement in the drill field is really nice on this. I love these canvases. I'm like obsessed with pressed and placed right now. They are like, the quality is spectacular. I love the options. I love the artwork too. That's a big thing for me, is there can be somebody who has a shop that has absolutely amazing quality, but if they don't have artwork that I'm drawn to, I'm not going to purchase from them. And that's just because that's the way it is. It's like, you got to have something that draws me. And that's why I like that there's so many shops, because there's something for everyone. But anyways, this is merry-go-round. Loving this one. I'm excited to get more progress on this. I'm really intrigued to see halfway through the month, when we get to like July 15th, when I do my halfway mark for the 26 for 26, to see where we're sitting for that. This one has probably been spun the least. The whip wheel is doing me fine because it knows that I am not enjoying this canvas at all. So the whip wheel has actually not spun this one, I don't think really much at all in the second half of the month. So I literally have this one section here and half of this section here done on this. This is an Oraloa, and it is a checkerboarding nightmare. I mean, like, look at that. Literal checkerboarding, which is not my idea of a good time. This is called Totem Phoenix. It's from the artist Vayunette. This one is a 50 by 70 centimeter round drill canvas from Oraloa. It has 50 colors, and in those 50 colors, I think we have 2 ABs. We have a red and a yellow AB. That's our specials on this. So as you can see, it's very much that confetti checkerboarding. Not so much confetti as checkerboarding, but I've got this section done. I started as one section. This was basically all the one section when I started working on it as like a regular canvas before I started the 26 for 26. And I did the lanterns right there, and then I started doing some of the background, and I'm like, this is miserable. And then I realized my section was too big for how much confetti it was, so then I've gone down in size for sections. So I kind of started working on like the leaves, finished the leaves, and then the whip wheel spun it, and I ended up cutting the section in half and doing this section there. So next time it spins, I'll finish this section. The one nice thing, this is a smaller canvas, so it's not gonna be horrendous to kind of get, like, I just have to survive it. But that's why the whip wheel is great, because I know I can just do a section and move on to the next canvas and then come back to this one later. But that right there is my least favorite of all of these canvases. Next up, we have this one right here. This is called Mystic Creek. It's from the artist J.K. Roots, and it comes to us from Enabler's Outpost. This is actually a round drill canvas, and it is a 100 by 50 centimeter round drills. This one is very confetti heavy as well, but the whip wheel has actually been spinning it multiple times. So I've actually made some decent progress on it. You can see there's our progress right there. So making some good progress on it. It is a landscape, and I really love the color palette of this one. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to do it, even though it's an older Enabler's Outpost. I'm working through it, and it's actually coming out nicely, looking pretty decent for, being a round landscape. And it has 44 colors, which includes 3 crystals. So I am not doing any enhancements on it. I'm just kind of going with the flow on this one. There were only 2 kits for my 26 for 26 that I have actually enhanced. Fushimi and Ari that we already saw. Actually, It Mine It Shine. I did some enhancements in It Mine It Shine too. So I did Fushimi and Ari, It Mine It Shine, and then the next one we're going to look at. But this is my second largest kit. It's going to be like that second longest. Technically, it's actually the longest. It's a little bit longer than Song of the Moon, but it doesn't feel as bulky because it's so much shorter. Next up, we have this one right here, which I have definitely been doing the enhancements from. I'm doing the DP with Sparklers enhancement suggestions for this one. This is called a Pine Tree Haven. It's from Bella Art Diamonds. And this one is a 63 by 61 centimeter round drill canvas. and it does have 58 colors, and it does come with 2 ABs is what it was charted with. I've done, you know, this section right here with this bottom portion with the rocks and the waterfront. The water went pretty quickly, but it's like the greens of the trees in the foreground, in the rocky shoreline, all of that took quite a bit of time to go through. This over here is going to go quickly when I move over onto this side of the canvas because it's all line blocking for the water, and I don't have that same confetti. I'm really enjoying the specials on it though. So there's some pretty specials in here. And when I get up to the top, I do not like how they rendered these tree trunks as perfectly straight lines up in here. So I will be re-rendering that, and I'm going to have the greens kind of covering part of it because you don't see the entire trunk. You see patches of the trunk. So I'm going to be taking some of the greens to kind of block some of that because that's a nope for me when we see these vertical straight lines. Like this one, better, but still we don't see the entire... We don't just look at a forest and be like, boom, here we've cut off all of the branches facing us and now we can see the entire trunk. That's not how this works. So I am going to re-render the trunks on these pine trees. That's my one thing that I'm like not a fan of as far as how it was rendered, was that. But the actual how it looks down here is gorgeous. It's looking really nice. But that is Pine Tree Haven. Another one of those bigger ones where I'm like, okay, that's a size point I'm not enjoying the most. All right. So next up, we can actually bring my thing right up there so we have a little bit more room. All right. So this right here is my other pressed and placed canvas. This is the one that they sent me in rounds, and this is called A Whale Stalking the Clouds. It's from the artist C. It is rounds, and it is a 50 by 50 centimeter. I love a 50 by 50. A 60 by 60 is too big for me, but a 50 by 50 is excellent. This one, I can't remember how many colors it has. But it's such a dreamy color palette. Like, look at this color palette. And I am not minding the hybrid aspect of this in any way, shape, or form. Our whale is so pretty. I love this. This is turning out spectacular. So this is their rounds. I do need to add my washi border because I just, with the way I throw these things around, they get some dust and dirt. And then the cats like to walk around on my canvases because I lay them flat. And, you know, they're cats, so they're animals. So we get little paw prints stepping on things. I've got probably 2 more sections to go on this section, and then I'll be halfway done with it because I do my sections like that. So I have like 2 more sections to go, but I am really, really, really loving it. I really can't wait for my subscription box to get here for the, the July subscription box. I can't wait for the July subscription box to arrive because I so can't wait to see what those images are and have like some cute little snackies to do. But anyways, this is Whale Stalking the Clouds, and that's another one of my whips for the 26 for 26. Next up, we have another Oraloa, and I think with all of these done, that's like almost, I think I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 other kits in my hoard that are Oraloas, but the majority of my Oraloas will now be done. And this right here is another bayonet. This one's a little larger. It's called Totem Leghorn. It is a 61 by 70 centimeter round roll canvas, has 55 colors, which includes 5 AB drills. And I have to say the render on this one is much, much better than on the other one. There is nowhere near as much of the checkerboarding like we had on that last one. There's some of it, but it's like a tolerable degree. It's not like legit the entire canvas. So this one is going much faster than the other one is, and it's not like giving me the same angst when I work on it as it is when I work on Totem Phoenix. So this one's really not been bad at all. I absolutely love the color palette on it. I think it's super dreamy. There is some checkerboardy to go, but it's not the entirety of it. It's not like legit the entire leaf. And as we look, we've got some great color blocking here, color blocking. So it's not been nearly as bad to do this one. Still very much confetti, but I feel like this 26 for 26 is perfect for these heavy confetti canvases if you're somebody who doesn't enjoy confetti, because you know you can work on it, and you just have to do a section. And I didn't, well, you do however you want it to be. I made it where I do one section and then I move on to the next canvas. And my sections are really based on my mood when it comes to that canvas for that day. So sometimes I may be like, you know what, we're going to do a section that's this wide for right through here. Or I could be like, I'm just not feeling the confetti and go narrower and I do a skinnier section. It doesn't matter. It's a section. So that's how I've been taking this challenge and working on it. But that is Totem Leghorn. Next up, we have another older Diamond Art Club. This is a landscape. This one is called Himeji Castle. I've actually been at the two Himeji Castle and seen Himeji Castle in person. And it's a really, really pretty image. It's definitely small. This is a round. It is an 83 by 55 centimeter round drill canvas. And you can tell, like, with the pixelated look, I know a lot of people would say there's no way they would work on it now because we're so used to, like, the crystal clarity of the massive behemoths that Diamond Art Club does. I actually don't mind this. I like the fact that it's like the suggestion of the image. You can see that you've got your little person with his paddle kind of pushing us along the riverboat, wearing his like classic hat. We have all sorts of confetti in this. I want to say that I've done 4 sections on this. I went skinny. Well, maybe it's only 3 sections. Yeah, I think it's only 3 sections that I've done on this one, but they are very much confetti heavy sections, and it does have the older round circles for the circles on this one here, so that does take it a little bit longer to do, but I'm having a blast with it. It's turning out nicely. I'm really looking forward to kind of getting up into, as much as it's going to be pure confetti when I come up into the cherry blossoms, the pinks are going to be dreamy, and then I'll have a tiny little like break right here with the color blocking of the sky before I finish out the last little bit of confetti over there. But that is Himeji Castle. We're getting close. We're getting down to the last few. Next up, we have another one that's coming along really well, and I'm making good progress on. This is called Stargazing, and this is from Craftably. This is my first Craftably kit that I've actually worked on. Unfortunately, Craftably is no longer in business. It has a great sparkle to it. The drills do feel like the acrylic rounds, but it's got a great sparkle, and they're like a better quality acrylic round. The grid is not bad at all for like the drill field is not bad. It's not as gappy as like that early Muni made, but it's not as tight by any way, shape, or form as like a Diamond Art Club or the new Jaded Gem Shop ones. I have 2 sections left to go on this one, so this one's good. Hopefully will be a finish next time I give you guys an update. Hopefully I will have been able to finish this one here. But that is Stargazing. It is, I should give you the details. It's from Elena Schweitzer. It is they do theirs in inches. So I would probably say like what, like a 50 by 65, I want to say 50 by 70. It's like they do theirs in inches, which drives me crazy how they would do that. There are 53 colors, and it does have 4 ABs, 5 crystals, and 1 special drill, which is this star-shaped drill that we're seeing right in here. So that's coming along nicely. I literally just, like I said, I've got the 2 colors left, or 2 sections left to go, and then we'll be done with this one here. So there's a few of them that I'm hopeful to have done for the month of July. But that's Stargazing. Next up, we have this one right here. I really want the whip wheel to spin this one so I can finish the rest of this section, because I did this as a very unorthodox sectioning, as in I didn't really section it. I did all of the enhancements in the top half, all of the enhancements in the bottom half, and then next time it rolled to this, I ended up doing like the background, all of the purples in the border, in the bottom half. Not the top half, just the bottom half. So now I need it to spin this one again so I can finish filling in the rest of the flowers in the bottom half of this canvas, and then I'll be able to flip it around and work on the top half. So I don't even have like one completed section on here per se, but the specials are glorious that I chose to enhance this kit. So the specials look spectacular. I'm really pleased with that. So this is called Happy Flowers Blue Vase. It's from the artist Olga Akbarova. It is a 50.7 by 50.7 round drill canvas, 52 colors. It did come charted with 5 AB drills, and then I've added a whole slew of additional specials to include some crystal confetti, ABs, dust, a whole variety of things that I've added in here. And I think some sparklers or something like that as well to give it this, and some glitter. But I'm making good progress on it. I want it to spin this one again. It's always interesting to see when it spins and what it decides to spin. But that's another one. Next up, we have probably like, this one is some crazy confetti as well. This is called Queen of Wands. It's from the artist Divine Gut Painter, and this comes to us from Swartz Designs by Abigail Marie, which is another company that is no longer in business. I think I have one other canvas from this shop that's a square. I've never actually worked on one of their squares before. This is another like 50 by 65 centimeter round drill canvas, 46 colors. It does come with 2 ABs, and 1 metallic drill. And it is a pure confetti. Absolutely no hand charting in any way, shape, or form on this one. So I'm doing definitely some small sections. It was on quite the roll with rolling this one. It was on a high. We must roll this one over and over again. So, because I think this is I'm doing really skinny sections because of the confetti count for it. So my next section won't even get any of the oranges of this little koi fish. It's going to go to right there just because of how confetti heavy it is. But you can see that right there is our Queen of Wands. That is I think that's our second to last whip that we have. And the final whip on my 26 for 26 is going to be this one right here. This is called Ghost Cafe. It's from Diamond Art Club. This is from the artist Art of Stephanie Marie. It is a 60 by 75 centimeter square drill canvas. There is a lot of it's basically a pure line blocking canvas, so it's been going fairly quickly when the whip wheel does spin it. There are 66 colors, which includes 3 ABs, 3 dust, and 1 metallic drill. Or no, not a metallic. Crystal. Well, actually, no, there is a crystal and a metallic. So 3 ABs, 2 dust, 1 crystal, or luminescent, as Diamond Art Club calls it, and 1 metallic. So our crystal is these lights, the fairy lights on our cafe bar, and then the metallic is her glasses. So you can see this one has actually been spun quite a bit. I'm almost halfway done with it. I've got 2 more sections to be halfway done with this one here. It's going pretty fast. The whip wheel was on a roll with it. It kind of goes through phases where it's I want to spin this canvas over and over and over again. This is the final one of my 26 for 26 canvases. So that is Ghost Cafe. My final whip of all time. I have not made progress on this one this month. I did make some progress last month, but this is my rainbow poop emoji cover minder that I got from Crafts with Crashly. But as we're looking, this is my Nostalgic Tarot cross-stitch conversion that I'm working on. And I bought the canvas and drills from Jaded Gem Shop. The pattern is from Witchy Stitcher. And you can see I was working across on the 310 on all the black, but now I think I need to break it into small sections of 310 to kind of continue on with it. And I decided to kind of start going page by page. So this is the length of a page, and then I'll go to the next, fill in this next one right in here, and I'll just keep working my way through as we go on those. So I do need to work on it and make some more progress over into this area here now that I've kind of gone there. But there's so many whips and so little time. But that one, there's so much 310. Also, I've been working on this flat, and I am not somebody who enjoys working on canvases flat. So that's been a challenge for me. And this is basically, it's a 4.5 by nearly 5 foot canvas. So it's huge. It's massive. I don't have the exact dimensions. I think they're covered up over, are they? I don't think it even shows it over here. Okay, it is 116 by 131 centimeters for this one. Square drills. I don't know the color count or anything like that because it's a conversion. But we're slowly making progress on it. It's coming along. I really would like to at least get another section right here done for the next time I do my month in review, so you guys can see that additional progress. But that is Nostalgic Tarot. So good progress on there. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the logbook, and we're going to see how I've done on my goals for this year so far, and how much progress we've made or lack of progress we've made. So we're going to go ahead and do that and knock that part out. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and take a look at the logbook and see where we stand on our goals. I haven't colored my logbook in a few months, so I've been slacking on that. So as we come in, our goals as a quick refresh, I want to get the stash below 350, complete the scavenger hunt canvases, complete the deserted island tag canvases, complete 25 kits from 2023, and we already kind of removed the things that don't bring me joy, do event canvases, which I've gotten those, and then the 26 for 26 challenge. So we're going to look at our finishes to add right here. So that was April, May. We should have 4 to add for June. So we have this one right here, Kawaii Ramen, which is a 25 by 22. So this is going to be June 25 by 22. So another small one. And that one we need to add. That one was a Make Market we have in there. Let's see, what was the one before from? What shop was that? Was that Diamond Art Club? Yeah, that was a Diamond Art Club and a Jaded Gem Shop prior to that. So I do need to color code these. I'm just going to write them down first, and then I'll do at another point in time because I have to get my markers out. And then we have Little Enchanted Princess, 22 by 22. So June, we had a 22 by 22. And then our next one was It Mine, It Shine, 60 by 45. Also for June. And then our fourth and final one is 55.6 by 83.7. So we're just going to go 55 by 84. And that's also June. So for our June ones, we had 4 finishes there. So that puts us at 23 canvases total, which is what we have right there because that tracks my actual finishes. So that's where we're standing on here. I do need to color that in. I haven't done it in April, May, and now also June I haven't covered it. So scavenger hunt. I did go through and pick out new kits for the scavenger hunt. So I picked out a new one for the flower, which we have the Kitsune Legende Japonaise is what we're doing for flower. And I think I picked out redhead. What did I pick for redhead? Oh my goodness. I have to look back at my video and see. Let me pull. Which canvas did I decide? Let me go look and see. Okay. So I had to look back through because I don't know why I wrote that in. I think I was just kind of arbitrarily doing it because I decided on Pretty in Pink as my flower one that I was going to do for a flower because I don't know what I was thinking of there. Okay, so jewelry, we have Year of the Tigers, complete. Apprentice, I have not worked on. Fancy flowers for makeup, nope. Year of the Snake, completed. I put this as a whip because I think I was thinking Kitsune Legende Japonaise because I just picked one randomly. But in reality, that was not my originally planned kit. So we're going with Pretty in Pink. Cat is Koi Pond, hat, Heidi. So the only one we're making progress on is Song of the Moon. We haven't finished it yet. The other ones we're still making our way through. I added Forest Guardians as a redhead, and my goal is to try to do that one in August. And Seafoam I also want to do in August. So I would like to finish those 2 kits in August. So Deserted Island tag, this is where I actually get to mark something off because we finished Fushimi and Ari. So we only have 2 from my 10 Deserted Island canvases done. Fushimi and Ari and Leviathan, which is stunning. From there, we still have to do Heaven's Gate, Cyber Edo, Muted Sound, Sakura Festival, Dream, Dragon Spirit, Neko Mart, and Away From It All. If I hadn't been doing the 26 for 26, I would have done the Ivy Along, and I would have done Away From It All. Realistically, if I had been thinking, I would have done that one. So now we're going to come over here, and we're going to look at these kits. So this is my Refresh the Stash canvases that I have pulled. So Festival of Ribbons, I DNF'd, Fisherman's Village, DNF'd. So I'm going to put a DNF next to them. So that way it's obvious. Genesis 2 is making good progress. Same with Ghost Cafe. Harajuku, Himeji Castle. It Mine, It Shine is done. So that's one we can cross off right there. Woot. Jellyfish, Kiki's Flight. We're making progress on Kitsune Legende Japonaise. We DNF'd that one. Memoir de Ancestres. Moon Rabbit, we DNF'd that one. Mystic Creek, Pine Tree Haven, Queen of Wands. I would like to be able to cross some more of these off next month. Flamingo, Turtle, Moon, Stargazing, Leghorn, Unmask is already done. And those were like 2024 canvases, but I want to work on these 2023 canvases. Alphabet Challenge. Do we have anything we can add to our Alphabet Challenge? So what do we have? We have Kawaii Ramen. We already have a K. We also have a Little Enchanted Princess. We already have an L. It Mine, It Shine, which we can add right there. It Mine, It Shine. So we've added that one in. And then we also have Fushimi and Nari, which we already have a F with Feline Familiars. So we're slowly filling up our Alphabet Challenge, knocking out some more. And we'll make more progress on this as I finish some of those. So now we're going to take a look at what I actually have in the hoard. So for the month of June, let's go ahead and pull the data. So we're going to go ahead and say, how many did I start in the month of June? So I actually technically only started 2 canvases. Now I'm curious. I was like, wait, I swear, what did I not mark? Let me go ahead and reset that. And we're going to go with my started file. Because did I not mark those when I started them? Okay, yeah, I technically I started 4 canvases in the month of June because there was 2 from Letty Stitch that I started that were not being counted on here. So started after June 1st was 4 canvases. And for that, I finished 4 canvases as well. And now let's go to let me change my filters and go to my started section, and we're going to see how many active whips do I have, because the 4 that I finished were not the same 4 that I started. So I started the month with 24 whips. Let's see how many do I have right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, technically 24 whips as well. So even though I started a couple, finished a couple, I finished a couple that were whips from there. So that's actually kind of cool. Those numbers ended up, evening out. My finishes this month, I ended up with a Diamond Art Gallery. That was my first one, the Diamond Art Gallery, which was a first finish from them. The Diamond Art Gallery, and then I had a Jaded Gem Shop, and then I had a Muni Made, and then I had a Diamond Art Club. So my finishes, that's really funny because I had 4 different shops for my finishes. So now let's go ahead and look at square versus round for my finishes. So we want to go with finished after the 1st of June. Kawaii Ramen was square, Little Enchanted Princess was round. I think we had 1 square and 3 rounds. That's where we sat for our finishes. So now we need to look at my starting number. I had 430 canvases in the hoard. Let's look at the actual full-fledged hoard size right now. So we're just counting the ones that I actually have received. We're not counting my in-processing ones, because until it's in my hands, I don't have it yet. So 405. And then we will look at the whips. 405 total plus 405 plus 24, which actually, oh my gosh, does that mean that my total number technically in a way has actually gone down? Because like craziness, because 405 plus the 24 whips that I have going puts us at, my ending number is going to be 429. Oh my goodness. It just doesn't seem real. That's why I was like, wait, no, it can't be. 429 is what I ended the month with. So I actually, I'm super shocked that happened, because I feel like I have bought so many things and I received so many kits. You guys would not even believe how many kits I received, and you guys are going to be in. Wait, actually that number is off because there's 2 kits that I'm not counting. So as much as I was hopeful, it's 2 more. It's 431, because there's 2 that I moved over into my started, because I plan on starting them, but I have not started them yet. So really we are at 431. So with everything that I accumulated, I'm only sitting 1 more than what I was. So now we're going to take a look at how many of the small kits I have, like minis, because I like to separate those out. So we'll do that number. So we are at, let me get back into here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll go back up here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm still sitting at 16 mini canvases, and I'm sitting at 415 full-size canvases. So we're going to go off of, I don't like it as purchased. I want it to be more of like the received side. So let's go off of how many kits did I receive this month. And I ended up receiving 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 canvases that I'm going to put as received rather than purchased. I don't like it as purchased. We're going to say received, because some I bought, some were unboxings for like promo stuff. So, and they were all full-size canvases. So that's really not bad, but that tells you that I actually did some destashing this month because I received 22 canvases, which was a lot, but a lot of them were ones I purchased in previous months. And yeah, I destashed enough that my number only went up with only 4 finishes, 22 added to the hoard. I only went up by 1. So now I need to get that number down because I would be sitting pretty doggone close to being at the first goal of getting below 400, especially if we look at like, where did I start this? I really need to get my number down because we're at 425 total in January. And 431 in June, 6 months later. So in 6 months, my goal is to take my hoard down in size, and over the course of the last 6 months, I accumulated 6 canvases. So the cool thing is I have done a lot of the mini ones. I've knocked out a lot of minis. I've only got 16 minis here versus 24 over here, but this number is 415, and over here the number is, well, actually, if we go where I technically started, because that's where I ended January, where I started January at 430. So really, that's not bad. Only one more than what I started the year at 6 months later. So now let's see if I can take that the other way. And if all of these kits that I've made progress on, like completing and destashing and all of that, now the goal is to not buy more than that because I want that number to go down and not up. So I have a net positive of 1 canvas compared to how I started the year. But we're going to try to work on that some more and get that number down. So now we're going to come over and we're going to translate that over into here. And we're going to say, how many did I start the month of July with? I started with 431, which is going to include 415 full-size canvases and 16 mini canvases. So that's going to be our starting number for July, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to be doing much better about purchasing for the month of July, but on the caveat, I've got a retreat later this month, and I know there's a few canvases that I'm going to be I'll get from the retreat, so that number will go up in that aspect, but I also plan on bringing some like small stuff with me to the retreat, so I might be able to finish some there. Also, this weekend, I might end up taking some small kits over to my parents' house to work on. We will see what I decide to take with me to my parents' house, or if I just grab a couple of because I don't want to work on my 26 for 26 because that's, 26 for 26. But I think I need to grab a couple small canvases to work on for going over to my parents for 4th of July weekend and go from there. But anyways, that's where we're sitting. So we have a net positive of 1 after 6 months, which is not where I wanted to be. I wanted the number to be going down, but I think this is the first time that I've been 6 months into the year and the number has not been significantly higher. So that's a plus. And it'll really help when I start finishing some of these whips. That will definitely help to see that number right here go down as I do more of these finishes. So I'm really looking forward to actually knocking those out because it's like I've only had 23 finishes so far this year, and that's not a lot for me. My average is usually some months I do 4, some months I do like up to 10 finishes. It really depends. So that's a very low number for me, especially if we consider that like in January I had 6 finishes. February I only had 4 finishes, but February is an event month. March 4, and then I started into the 26 for 26, which was 4, 1, 4. So that's what's really hurting me is this month right here where I only had 1 finish last month. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this chaos of our month in review. We are, as always, I like to look at it. We're starting a new month, so we're starting fresh. We have our starting number, so I'm really intrigued to see what the finishing number is at the end of the month and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing that. And that's really all I have for you guys for today. Well, I guess I could mention I do have 2 kits that I am going to be adding to that, which you guys will see them on Friday in my video on Friday. So I do have, let me go turn this overhead off so we don't have the glare of the light on here for you. But as we look at this, these are all the kits that I received this month. So I like to go over, you guys will see them in more detail in the next video. But I plan on starting this one next month. This is going to be a for sure whip next time you see me do an update. And then this one right here is also going to be a whip for next Monday as well. Or next month when you do see my month in review. So we will have those 2 kits as additional whips. So these are ones that I do have those ones already drills down. We saw that today, and I've got to put drills down on those too, because those are another new to me small shop. And you'll see more on that in, you know, the next video on Friday when I do my hoard. All of the new kits I got this month, which is all like 19 or whatever crazy amount of kits I got in this month. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the chaos, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be my June diamond painting haul. All the kits I got in the month of June. So stay tuned for that on Friday. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.